Hello my lovely friends, it's Margaret and it's time to wrap up Book-Tube-A-Thon. I did vlog my Book-Tube-A-Thon experience, but because I am so far behind on my reading vlogs, it's not going to be going up until who knows when at this point. I don't know why I'm keeping up with them because I'm clearly not putting them up there. I'm very slow with them, but I'm also very stubborn, so I refuse to give up. I just figured I would do a little wrap up for you guys, talk about what I read, what challenges I met, and how my general Book-Tube-A-Thon experience was, I guess. I ended up finishing 4 books. I don't usually finish 4 books in a week, so that's good. I finished 2 graphic novels, 1 hardcover book, and 1 audio book, and I had 1 5-star book, 2 4-star books, and 1 2-star book. So the first challenge that I completed was the one where you flip a coin and then decide what book you're going to read, and the book that the coin decided was Brightly Burning by Alexa Dunn. This was really fun. It's a retelling of Jane Eyre, but we're on spaceships, which, let me tell you, oh man, we're on spaceships that are failing, like we're getting some 100 vibes over here. And I was just super nervous for most of the book because the idea of being on space in failing spaceships just, no thank you. The whole premise is basically Earth went through an ice age and everyone evacuated up to space and they are waiting for the Earth to warm up enough that life is possible. And so Jane is an engineer, but she wants to be a teacher and she gets a job aboard the Rochester teaching the captain's younger sister. I really like how she twisted it and how she changed things so that like we still got like kind of the vibe of Jane Eyre, but some of the stuff that maybe would have it was not a plus of Rochester and Jane Eyre. Like she kind of alleviated some of that just simply by the way she twisted the story. I won't tell you how. I did really appreciate how she took some of the plot points and gave them deeper meaning. It wasn't just that like this happened, it was this happened and it had it was a result of some other issue on the ship or a result of the society on the ship, things like that. So I really liked it. I liked how she reimagined it. I'm really excited for the next book. I have a feeling I might like the next book even more. I really enjoyed it. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. The next challenge I completed was the one where you read a book with something green on the cover. And for that, I read Teen Titans Rebirth Volume 1, Damien Knows Best. He does not, but whatever. Oh my gosh. I love my small murder child so much. Like, I know he doesn't do murder anymore, but like you have to admit, his first impulses like are really like, he would push you off a cliff for annoying him. He's not going to, but he would like to. It was really interesting to see how Damien tried to pull the Teen Titans together. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars because, listen, I'm a big fan of the old school Teen Titans, and I guess it's probably not old school because when I was reading it when Tim Drake was Robin. So, like, it wasn't necessarily that Damien was stepping into Robin's role in the Teen Titans because that's what happened. Robin gets older, Robin gets a new superhero identity, he moves on. But my issue was that it felt like they had undone a lot of the camaraderie and the relationships that were in the Teen Titans that I was reading way back when, and I really liked that camaraderie and the relationships, and BB Ray forever, guys. Super ship that. One of the things that was really weird to me is that Corey is still on the Teen Titans, but Dick is in his mid-20s. Now, if you know me, you know I ship Dick Babs, and I will ship it to the end of the world. But like I was slightly concerned as to why, like, is Corey still a teenager or is she just an older mentor? I'm not sure. Basically, it starts out with Damien kidnapping all 4 of them because he does things the Batman way instead of walking up to them and going, hey, by the way, there's this guy that's after you, and we need to work together if we're not all going to die. My small child has issues. The next book I finished was for challenge number 2, and that was the challenge where you read something about something you want to do, and I finished The Art of Writing by Ray Bradbury. I gave it 2 out of 5 stars. Not my favorite. I have not been terribly impressed by Ray Bradbury's writing. Now, it's a completely different reason than I wasn't impressed by Fahrenheit 451. Like, Fahrenheit 451, I I didn't care enough to pay attention, but this one, it felt like a lot of humble bragging. Like, he had some good stuff, and I feel like I would like to reread it with a little bit, like, and actually read it because I listened to it as an audiobook. But I just, like, sounded like a lot of humble bragging, like, oh, I was able to do this. Like he puts it forward in the way that it's writing advice, which everyone knows writing advice is for the individual writer. Try different stuff, keep what works for you. He kind of put it like, you need to do this, this, and this is how I did it, and I can do all of this in the morning in the first hour, and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, all right, man, this is really cool that you are saying this 14 times. So, not my favorite book, but it inspired me to write, so that was the entire purpose. And then the final one that I finished, I did have one more book that I started and got mostly through during Book-Tube-A-Thon, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But the final one that I finished was for the Read a Book While Wearing the Same Hat. So I'm going to wear the hat while I talk about it too. The final book I finished was a Wonder Woman Rebirth Volume 4, Godwatch. I really, really liked this. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. I will not lie, it was primarily because of the very last issue I absolutely like. Okay, don't get me wrong, this has fantastic storytelling. It's really good about delving into the backgrounds and into the characters. I really enjoy that. I liked getting another version, like another look at how Wonder Woman's beginnings were. My one thing is, like, I feel like they're doing a lot of backstory for Diana. Like, I want to say that this is the 3rd volume that we've gotten heavy backstory story for Diana versus front story. There was only like maybe one issue, maybe even half an issue of stuff happening in the present. But still, despite that, I did enjoy it. I thought it was great. I love this I love this Diana. I didn't read too much of the Diana that was previous to New 52. I was mostly a Batman, Superman, Catwoman, lots of Catwoman person. My favorite part of this, though, is the last issue, because you get Bruce and Clark's, like, reactions to meeting Diana for the very first time, and it is absolutely hilarious because they are all so in character, and it gives you that, like, Batman Superman dynamic that I absolutely adore. I really do like Clark just being a thorn in Bruce's side because Bruce is a pain. So the final book that I started but did not finish was Shadow Kiss by Rochelle Mead. It's the 3rd Vampire Academy novel. This was going to be my Read a Book with a Beautiful Spine, because I just like how you have the name of the book, and then you have the series, and you have that, like, great graphic and the author's name. Like, I like how all of these elements come together to make a very nice, clean, pretty spine. I have been slowly making my way through this series, and I stopped by the thrift store, and they had this one, the one before it, and the one after it. I knew I would be able to get through this much more quickly than I was getting through Heart of Iron. I am going to pick Heart of Iron back up as soon as I finish this, because I really did enjoy it. It was taking a lot more time for me to read than I would have liked. So, I replaced it with this. That is what I finished during Book-Tube-A-Thon. It was really fun. I enjoyed it. I was not in a position really where I could do a lot of the challenges, but I did enjoy, like, just going, you know what, I'm gonna read for this week and we'll see what happens. That is it for now, my friends. I will put my social media links down in the description box. I would love to have you check me out there as well. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit subscribe if you are not already. I would love to see your lovely face here on a regular basis. That's it for now, my friends. I will see you later when we will talk about more wordy, nerdy things. Bye!